Hey guys, how's it going? George here. I thought I'd jump on and see if I could put together some sort of a double flip reset tutorial for you guys, as I've thought about doing one for a while and I always get asked how to do them when I'm online. I know there's a few tutorials out there already. A lot of the ones I've seen are pretty good, but some of them miss out on some of the things I would think are quite important and honestly took me from flailing around under the ball to being able to hit them fairly consistently. In comparison to most of you guys, I'm actually not that good at the game, as I'm just a mid-diamond level player who's managed to figure out how to hit this quite complex move in what is, in my opinion, the easiest way possible. I'm going to try and share it with you guys. So, I'm going to do my best to try and break it down into a few simple steps, so hopefully this video will help some of you hit some nice double flip resets as well. Before we jump straight into me trying to explain what goes into it, here's some of the things I would recommend that you're able to do before attempting a double flip reset. There's a few fundamental mechanics you should probably be able to do well. When I say well, I mean hitting them in-game pretty consistently. Things like air dribbling, specifically upside down. This will help with the setup of the car and the car control when maneuvering your car under the ball for the second reset. Single flip reset, I know this seems obvious, but being able to hit these consistently high and where you get to the ball fast really helps. And stalling. This is one of the harder parts of the process, and I will go through it in depth later on, as I have some tips that will really help, but if you can already do this, that's a bonus. Okay, so hitting a double flip reset isn't going to happen overnight, but if you can already do all of these things, you should be in a good position to start learning the double flip reset. Obviously, you need to be able to hit a normal flip reset. If you can't do this, I'm afraid you're in the wrong place. I'm kidding, but honestly, anyone around Platinum can do this. Just find a tutorial and go and give it a try, put some time and effort in, you should be fine. If you want me to do a tutorial on this, comment below, and if there's a high enough demand, I'll give it a go for you guys. But once you can hit a single flip reset consistently, and I mean consistently, hitting them in-game, in training, wherever, consecutively hitting them with ease, then you should start working on the quality of your first reset. This was a big thing for me in learning to double, as when I first started I popped the ball up slow and sort of floated up towards the ball, by which time the ball was already falling down towards the ground, and it makes it very hard to get the second reset. So once you can do all of these things, let's get into how I start off with the double flip reset. What I found works for me is start by dribbling the ball to the wall, with the ball rolling on the front of my car, kind of pushing it towards the wall. Try and make it so the ball is at a slight angle towards the goal and your car is at a similar angle towards the wall, as this will mean you have to make less adjustments in the air in order to get your first reset straight with the ball still travelling towards the goal. It's hard to explain, but I'll put a picture on screen that should show what I mean. Okay guys, so now you're approaching the wall at a correct angle. When I reach the wall, just before I reach the curve of the wall, I tap the brake. This lets the ball roll up and creates a space. From here I can boost up to hit the ball, and as soon as I hit the ball, I'd say a split second after I hit, I jump off, boosting and air rolling towards the ball in order to get my first reset, while the ball is at its highest point in the air. So here comes the hard bit guys. If you can, aim to get your first reset on the lower half of the ball, sort of halfway up, not on the bottom but not on the side, but in that nice sweet spot that pops the ball up and forwards, making it easier for you to separate from the ball and stay straight. Once you've got that first reset and the ball has popped up, you need to level your car out by using the air roll and get your car flat and directly under the ball. I've found as soon as I get my first reset, I hold air roll to make slight adjustments while boosting into position. Now this will take some practice, but after a while you start to get a feeling of where the ball will fall and where your car needs to be in order for the ball to fall in the right spot on your car. If your car is too far forwards or backwards, the ball will bounce off your wheels and you won't get the reset. Okay, so we're now halfway there, sort of. This is just the first step, it gets harder, a lot harder. Now it's time for the stall. So you can get your first reset nice, high and fast. You're able to control your car after the reset and boost directly under the ball. From here, you'll need to stall. In order to explain this in the easiest way possible, I'm going to break the stall itself down into little steps, so you can build it up to the point where you're consistent with them. Also, I have some tips on how I do my stalls, which should make it easier for you. Okay, so a lot of people say it's all about timing and you have to mess with dead zone and settings and all this, but it's actually quite easy when you break it down. You just need to get it right slowly and then build up the speed. In order to do this, you'll need air roll right and left bound to R1 and L1. Now I know you only need one bound, but bind both as it will become obvious why later. I have left bound to R1 and right bound to L1. I know that's opposite sides, but that's the easiest way for me, as when you perform the stall, you need to push the analog stick right or left depending on which way you want to air roll, and pushing it right is easiest for my left thumb. Now, perform these steps in the order that I say and you can't get it wrong. Okay, so in order to stall, I've got 3 simple steps. The first step is simply to jump and push your analog stick directly to the right and do a 360. Step 2, while jumping and doing your 360, hold your air roll button in the opposite direction. For me, it's R1, which is air roll left. This will give you a tornado spin. Once you've got a basic tornado spin, simply just jump, do a tornado spin and press X. This is the most basic version of a stall. Once you've got that basic version of the stall down, then it's just a case of speeding up all of the inputs on your controller, so it looks something more like this. Now, learning the stall and mastering it to the point where you can get it quite consistently takes some time, a lot of time. But once you get that, you can start on what I call counter-rotate stall. So in this part, you basically counter-rotate the opposite direction before you do the stall, which makes you do the stall nice and flat. Now, once you've got this kind of counter-rotate stall, just keep practicing and practicing until you've got it in your muscle memory. From there, it's basically just putting everything together so you can position your car underneath the ball, do the counter-rotate stall, and get the second reset. Now, from this point, it's just a case of car control. As soon as you get that second reset, you'll need to regain control of your car while boosting towards the ball and ultimately spanking it into the goal. Again, this part takes a lot of practice. At first, when I got my second reset, often the ball was too far away or I was too close to the ground. I would get the second reset but wasn't in a good position where I could flip into the ball and score. In order to resolve this, I simply practiced the sequence over and over until I got faster and was able to get my second reset faster and higher, giving me more time in the air to get closer to the ball and flipping into it and scoring. The whole thing should be one fluid motion, performed reasonably quickly. This is where being fast, high and controlled on your first reset is very important. Okay guys, so that's it. Good luck with this, be patient and persistent and you should be able to get it. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and if it helped at all. Cheers for now.